Hello everyone and welcome to Kiki Crochet. In this video we're going to learn how to make an infinity scarf which is going to be made out of chains. So it's going to be like a rope infinity scarf. So what we're going to do, I'm using two types of two strands. One is lighter gray and one is darker gray. It's 100% acrylic yarn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use both of my strands. You can use more than two. You can use 3 or 4 different colors. You can make a white, black, or in gray, or red, black, and white, whatever you like. So I'm using 2 strands, and I'm going to be using a 6mm crochet hook. So what we want to do is we want to make many chains as long as we want. We want this rope scarf to be wrapped around our arms, from our hand through our elbow. We want it to wrap it around like 10 or 12, 13 times. So we want to make a lot of chains, and we're only going to be using a chain stitch. So I think it's a very nice and easy scarf for the beginners, and it's very impressive. So we're going to be starting with our beginning knot, and we're going to be start making chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So this is how our chain looks like. So far we have made 20 chains. I'm going to be turning off my camera now, and I'm going to turn it on back again when I have all my chains done. So before I start my video, I said that we would wrap our chains around our hand like 13 times, but that depends on how thick are your chains. So if you're using 2 strands like I am, it's pretty thick but not thick enough. So you might want to use thicker yarn or more strands. So I have made a total of 1,720 stitches. Sounds a lot, but it takes about 40 minutes to make. So let's grab our starting point over here. So what we want to do is we want to cut this yarn, but we want to cut it long enough so we're going to wrap around our chains when we're done to secure them together. So we want to pull the loop and tighten it up. So what we're doing now is I'm going to wrap my chains around my hand and my elbow. If you want to make it tighter or wider, you can choose several parts from your house, such as around your chairs. You can use your chairs or anything else you can think about. So I'm grabbing the beginning part of my chains, and I'm going to start wrapping around. I don't want to be pulling it tight, because when I pull out the chains from my arm, if I'm wrapping it around tightly, when I pull the chains out of my hand, it's going to become smaller because we were pulling it tight. So we want to wrap around loosely. So let's start wrapping our scarf around our hand, from our hand to our elbow. This is like the biggest part of your hand. If you want to make it smaller, you can go more up on your arm. The distance is going to be less, so your infinity scarf is going to get smaller. So we're grabbing our beginning knot over here. and start wrapping. And we don't, like I said before, we don't want to wrap it around too hard, because if you tighten it up while you're wrapping around, when you pull out the chains, our infinity scarf is going to become smaller. So we want to make it loose enough. We just wrap around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. What we want to do is pull out our chains from our hand, and we're going to be taking this part over here, and with our beginning knot over here, and we're going to tie up a knot to bring these two parts together. So let me zoom in a little bit now. So I'm going to be making a knot to bring these two parts together. And tighten it up. So once your knot is ready, right over here, what you want to do is put both of your hands inside your chains and just try and open it out so all of your chains have the same length. So we don't want to be pulling out too hard. Just enough so our chains open up a little bit and they have all the same length. So once we've done that, let's find our yarn over here. So now we're gonna wrap our chains. We're gonna wrap around our chains to secure them. So I'm pulling up my yarns over here and start wrapping around. Every time I wrap the yarn around, I'm going to be going a little bit to the right, so we don't want the yarn to be overlapping each other because it's not going to look nice. So wrap the yarn. Move a little bit to the right. You can wrap it around as many times as you want. Let's just do that to bring down the yarn that was popping up over there. So since we're done wrapping around our yarn, what we want to do is make a knot with all of your yarns together. Try not to leave the rest of the scarf. So once we've done that, we want to split our yarn, so one part goes this way, the other part goes that way, and we're going to tie a knot right over here to secure our chains. And now we're going to be taking, I'm going to take my crochet hook in order to secure this strands of yarn over here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to secure this strands of yarn. So I grab a smaller crochet hook and I'm going to put the crochet hook under the yarn that I wrapped around. So I'm going to pull one strand and I'm going to pull the second strand right through here. If you see that the crochet hook is not coming through, pull it out and pull it in again, because we don't want to mess up our chains over here. Now cut the yarn, and our rope scarf is ready. This is how it looks like. What I'm going to do now, so we can cover this part over here, we're going to crochet flower. So we're going to make an easy rose. So with my 3mm crochet hook, I'm going to chain 33. Let's start with our beginning knot and chain 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So this is how big my chain stitches are. So once we're done our chains, we're gonna count 6 stitches from our hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna double crochet on the 6th chain. So what this means is our 3 chains in the beginning is our first double crochet, and the 2 chains that we left is our chain 2 that we're going to be leaving on when we make our V stitches, because this is our first V stitch. So the 3 chains is our first double crochet, the 2 chains is the space in between the stitches that we leave when we crochet in the same stitch. I hope I didn't confuse you. Let's see how we're going to make it. So now we're going to skip 2, 1, 2 stitches, and we're going to make a double crochet on the 3rd, chain 2, and make a double crochet on the same stitch. Skip 1, 2 stitches and make a double crochet on the 3rd stitch. Chain 2 and make a double crochet on the same stitch. So skip 2 and make a double crochet on the 3rd stitch. Chain 2 and double crochet on the same stitch. Skip 2, double crochet on the 3rd stitch. Chain 2, double crochet on the same stitch. Skip 2, double crochet on the 3rd stitch. Chain 2 and make a double crochet on the same stitch. So what we're doing now, we're making V-stitches. So this is how our work looks like so far. Skip 2, 1, 2, double crochet on the third stitch, chain 2, double crochet on the same stitch, skip 2, 1, 2, double crochet on the third stitch, chain 2, and double crochet in the same stitch, skip 2, double crochet on the third stitch, chain 2, double crochet in the same stitch. And now we're going to be making our last V-stitch, skip 2, double crochet on the third and last stitch for this row, chain 2, and double crochet on the same stitch. So now we're going to be going on our second row, and we're going to be making chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, turn our work. So this is how my flower looks like so far. So chain 3, 1 double crochet on this chain 2 space, chain 3, 2 more double crochet on this same chain 2 space. So by chaining 3 in the beginning, that gave me my first double crochet, and when we made another double crochet on the chain 2 space, gives us our first 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet on the same stitch. So this is going to give us our first increase. When we're done this row, our work is going to start look like a little squiggly. So let's go to our next chain 2 space, make 2 double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochet on the same space. Let's go to the next chain 2 space, 1, 2 double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochet on the same chain 2 space. So now we're going to be going on our next V-stitch, our next chain 2 space over here, 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet on the same space. Now we're going to be moving on our next V-stitch, so 2 double crochet on the next chain 2 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochet in the same space. Now we're going to be moving on our next V-stitch, on our next chain 2 space, so 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2, 3, 2 more double crochet on the same chain 2 space. So 2 double crochet on the next chain 2 space, 1, 2, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 more double crochet on the same space. Now we're going to be moving on our next chain 2 space, 2 double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 double crochet on the same stitch, on the same space, sorry. Our next chain 2 space, 1, 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet. And now this is our last chain 2 space right over here, and we're going to be working the same stitch, the same pattern. So 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet on the same stitch, on the same chain 2 space. So see how our work started to curl up a little bit? So that's because we were making increases by making 2 double crochet, 3 chains, and 2 double crochet. That's like a total of 7 stitches. So this is how your work is going to look like so far. So this is going to be our third and last row. So we're going to make turn our work, and I'm going to slip stitch on the first stitch. I'm going to slip stitch on the second double crochet over here. I'm going to slip stitch on my chain 3 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. This gives me my first double crochet. So I want to make 6 more. So on every chain 3 space, I'm going to be making 7 double crochet, and on every space in between the 2 double crochets, every space between the V stitches, we're going to be making a single crochet. So our chain 3 is our first double crochet, and we want 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochet on the same space. Now in the space between the 2 V stitches over here, we're going to make a single crochet. Now we're going to be going on our next chain 3 space over here and make 7 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now I'm going to be we're going to make a single crochet in the space between the 2 V stitches right over here. 7 double crochet on the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Make a single crochet in the space between the 2 V stitches. 7 double crochet on the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single crochet on the space between, and 7 double crochet on the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single crochet in the space between, 7 double crochet on the next chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Single crochet in the space between, 7 double crochet on the next chain 3 space. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single crochet in the space between, 7 double crochet on the next chain 3 space. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet in the space between, 7 double crochet on the next chain 3 space, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, single crochet in the space between, and this is our last chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochet, chain 1. Now we're going to cut our yarn, and we want to cut it a long piece. So we're going to sew in our rows and put it together. Pull the loop, and tighten it up. So this is how our flower looks like so far. I'm going to secure this yarn over here. So I'm going to sew in this strand of yarn. Because we only need the one yarn to put our rows together. So if you want to make this rows bigger, if you're crocheting with a 3mm crochet hook, you can make 66 chains, or you can make 33 chains with a thicker yarn and a bigger crochet hook. So you can make this flower bigger or smaller. You can even make with cotton yarn. You can make this flower. You can make the 33 chains with cotton yarn, so the flower becomes smaller, and you can make a ring out of it if you like. So there are many uses of a flower if you like roses, and if you like flowers in general. So this part I'm gonna wrap in last. So I'm gonna start wrapping around from the part where I don't have the yarn. So the part where the yarn I'm gonna sew my flowers, I'm gonna use it last. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna be wrapping around my index finger the V-stitches. We want every beginning chain in our first row of V-stitches. We want to wrap each stitch on top of the other. So this is how it looks like. On top, we're wrapping the rows one on top of the other. And this is how our rose looks like. I think it's a pretty rose. So now we're gonna secure our rose, and then we're gonna sew it in on our rope scarf. So I'm gonna do it over, wrap it around my index finger, and I want all my V-stitches to be aligned. So I don't want the yarn to be, my flower to be wrapping in like this. I want every round that I'm wrapping around my finger, I want each round to be on top of the other. So I'm going to bring down the yarn because we stopped up here on the rose petal. So we're going to be bringing it down. We don't want to pull very tight because our rose petal is gonna pull down. Well, I could avoid that by making 3 chains at the end and slip stitching in the chain 3 space, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start sewing in from the outside to the inside. So my rose comes together. So keep on sewing. We want to, well, you can put your needle through every V-stitch. And then once we're done all around the flower, all around the rose, we can do one more round of sewing so it's even more secure. We want to go on every stitch at a time, every V-stitch, so our flower looks nice on the front and on the back also. We try our work to be neatly done. We don't want it to look messy on the back because it's the back and because we think that nobody's going to look at it. At least that's my opinion. So as I said before, you can make this rose bigger by making 66 chains if you'd like. So this is how it looks like. So now I'm going to secure this part over here so it doesn't open up. So we don't want to be pulling too hard, just as much as it needs for the yarn to become invisible right here. So now I'm going to bring down the yarn. And I'm going to sew in a knot. So whatever I do on the scarf, it doesn't mess up my flower. So this is our rose, and what we're going to do now is we're going to sew it in over here on the part where we wrap the yarn to secure our chains. So right over here, I'm going to sew in my flower. From the front to the back. And bring up the yarn again. Oops. And now little by little, we want to sew in our rose on this part where we wrapped our yarns. So we're going to be going through our rose and on our scarf. and on our rows again and through the scarf. From our rows onto the scarf again. So from the rows onto the scarf. So we're trying to put our needle as close as we can on the scarf so the red yarn doesn't appear when we are wearing the scarf. I'm trying to make the stitches invisible. So from the flower to the scarf. And from the flower onto our scarf. And this is going to be our last stitch. And I'm going to sew in a knot on the flower though, not on my not on the scarf. And now I'm going to secure my yarn on my rose petals. So I'm going to bring up the yarn and secure it on the back side of my rose petals on the loops from my double crochet right over here. And that should be enough for the yarn to be secure enough. It doesn't going to come out. So, and I'm going to go through one more rose petal over here. Cut the yarn. So this is how our rope scarf looks like. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you found the video tutorial helpful enough. Thanks again. Bye bye.